Hello again, racing fans. Welcome to A Sure Thing. Good to have you along as we look ahead to racing action around the country on the weekend. Standalone meetings are the order of the day. On Sunday, we are racing in KZN at Hollywoodbets Greyville. Second meeting in 3 days at that venue. And on Saturday, we are racing at Turffontein on the Highveld for their 9-race program that gets underway at 12:05, and we're on the stand-side track. 12:05 is the off time of the opening event on the Turffontein program, which means 5 minutes prior to that, when the noon gun goes here in Cape Town, the one thing we're all aware is coming, but forget that it's there, and when it goes we all get a fright. You need to be on with your free Hollywoodbet Punter Challenge entries. Really is so good to see that Hollywood has now introduced UK racing as part of the Punters Challenge, and one or two guys have come very close to picking all the winners on the UK meetings already, and I reckon it's just a matter of time before we read about the first big UK jackpot winner. Make sure you put your selections through and you play the bet slip, because that's what puts you in line for that double jackpot prize that is on offer. Let's see if we can find as many winners as we possibly can. I do like one or two of these short price favourites as the day gets underway, but after that I think we need to play with cover here and there, and then also make sure that there's enough in the closing legs to stand in the queue and collect some of those exotic dividends at the end of the day. So the first race on the card, this is one of those short price favourites that I like. It's a maiden plate for 3-year-old fillies that'll be run over 1,000 metres. And here number 7 on the run is at 1.52 to 1 from an opening call of 1.43 to 1 on Hollywoodbets.net. 2 Midnight Miracle is at 2.27 to 1, and then it's 4 to 1 bar those two. Like I said, I'm squarely in the camp of number 7 on the run. This horse placed on debut when it ran over the course and distance first time out, showed pace, was green, and was staying on nicely at the business end of affairs. Would have come on with the benefit of that run under the belt, and with any amount of natural progress to come, will be a hard horse to beat. So, 7 on the run, the winner, ahead of number 4, Sassy Lassie, 2 Midnight Miracle, and 6 Master's Lady, the selections in the first. 12:40, the off-time race 2. That's when you need to be on if you are going to be playing a bipot. It's a maiden plate for 3 rolls. 1,000 metres the distance. 8 runners will line up and face the starter. And again, I'm siding with Gavin Arena and Johan Janssen van Veer, and keeping fingers crossed that they will unsaddle the first double on the meeting. Now, Bridget Ann, number 8 on the card, from an opening call of 1.52 has shortened into 1.33 to 1. She showed pace but was just outrun on debut over the course and distance. Now, I do think she would have come on leaps and bounds with that one under the belt, and with any amount of natural progress still to come, like the one in the first, she finds herself in the same camp, should be the one to beat. I'm going 8 Bridget Ann to win it, ahead of 2 Bingo, 1 Simbine, and 3 So American. Third race of the day jumps at 13:15, first leg of the place accumulator. It's a maiden plate for 3-year-old fillies to be run over 1,400 metres. Here number 6, Kensal Green, is at 1.25 to 1. Number 2, Heavenly Good, at 2.27 to 1. 4 to 1 bar those 2 runners quoted. Again, I'm going to be siding with the favourite. I'm going with number 6, Kensal Green. There's also placed on debut. That was over 1,200 metres. Was green, made late progress, but in fact, she took her time to get going, and when she took off, she really made a statement, and she really finished off the race well. I do think that with the way she finished off, she will enjoy the step up to 1,400 metres, and we can expect her to be doing her best work in the closing stages. So I'm going 6 Kensal Green to win it, ahead of number 8, Zara Dominia. For third, I'm going with 5 Heavenly Good, and fourth, number 1, Lady Blunt. Race 4 will see the running of the opening leg of the pick 6. Make sure you're on at 13:50 if you are going to be playing a pick 6 on Saturday afternoon. Race 4 is a Pinnacle Stakes where 8 runners will line up at the 1,400 metre mark. The betting tells me 6 Bacchus is the favourite at 3.03 to 1 on Hollywoodbets.net. 3 Truth at 3.57, 1 Texas Red 3.57, 4.55 number 4 Fire and Flames, and 5 to 1 bar those quoted. Pinnacle Stakes, you know me. Highest weighted, best rated, that's where I look. And to me, I'm looking no further than 1 Texas Red. This horse won well last time out. Despite jumping outwards at the start, he, in a matter of strides, found himself in front and was dictating things from up front. And I do think a similar kind of performance will pretty much deliver a similar kind of result. The form line of that last start was also franked by the horse that finished third, a horse called Bus Stop on Hounslow, who has subsequently come out and won. Callan Murray now takes the ride, and I do think can make it back-to-back wins. So I'm going 1 Texas Red, ahead of 5, give me another chance. 3 Truth, and 6 Backers in race number 4. 14:25 is the off time of race 5. This is leg 1 of Jackpot 1, merit rated 83 handicap, to be run over 2,850 metres. One of those races where you probably could make a case for probably 6 of the 7 runners in this race. And just listen to how closely they are priced up on top of each other. Number 3 Inflame, 2.5 to 1. 3.03, number 4 Romeo's Magic. 4 to 1, number 5 Royal Mazrin. 4.55, number 1 To the Rescue. 2 Moment, 4.55 to 1. 6 Demova, 8.33 to 1. So you can see the way they're priced up, you pretty much can make a case for each and every one of them. If the budget allows, put the field, it's only 7 of them, to safely see you through this race. And if you've got the budget, do so in the jackpot as well. If you're really to push me for one, I probably will side with number 1 To the Rescue. Put a line through that last run. This horse took on a lot stronger when travelling down to KZN to contest the Gold Vase. Also came back and was reported to not be striding out. Now, To the Rescue does renew rivalry with number 2 Moment, if you look at that penultimate one of theirs. And in the penultimate, he finished 4 lengths in third, but is now 3 kilos better off at the weights, so that should bring him much closer to the action. And I do think with Craig Zaki on board, should get even much closer than that. So I'm going 1 To the Rescue in race 5, ahead of 3 Inflame, 2 Moment, and 4 Romeo's Magic. Race 6 Pinnacle Stakes, 7 runners to contest this 1,800-metre affair. 1.43 to 1, number 1 The Equator. 3 Kings Express, 1.82 to 1. 4 to 1, number 2 Hot to Ruby. 7.14 to 1. Number 4 We Can Go All Night. Where do we go? Race 6. I think I'm going to let The Equator have another run before I'm going to go for him. I'm siding with number 3 Kings Express. This one from the stable of Fabian Habib. Muzieni takes the ride. I thought was very unlucky last time out not to have finished a bit closer than the 2.75 lengths that it did. Race up handy, steadied late, and I think that's probably what cost him to finish a whole lot closer. This has also got solid recent form, ideally distance suited. For 6 runs, has got 3 wins, a second and a third under the belt, and also should strip a lot fitter second run after a rest. So I'm going 3 Kings Express to beat number 2 Hotter Ruby, 1 The Equator, and 4 We Can Go All Night. Penultimate race on the programme, race 7. He's a merit rated 83 handicap to be run over 1,600 metres. 3.33 each of 3. 5 Unsolved Riddle is at 3.33, and so to number 9 Royal Impact. Royal Impact Investor at 3.33. Those two are at 3.33 on Hollywoodbets.net. 5 to 1, number 2 Princess Ilaria. 4 Eiffel Tower at 5 to 1, and it's 7.14 to 1 and upwards, the others. This 3.33 is really getting me tongue twisted here in race 7, but it's about finding the winners. Where do we go? Where do we look? Because this is one of those races that I thought was probably one of the more tougher ones to actually navigate through. However, I do think that it's hard to overlook a horse with good recent form over 1,600 metres, hence the reason I'm siding with number 5 Unsolved Riddle. This horse stayed on at the finish last time out after racing up handy. That was over this distance at the Val. He won his previous start over the course and distance. Gavin Arena should get that little bit extra out of him in the run down to the wire. Should be very competitive and be involved in the shake-ups. I'm going 5 Unsolved Riddle, ahead of number 6 Future Date, 9 Impact Investor, and 2 Princess Ilaria. Final event, race 8 jumps at 16:15. It's a Pinnacle Stakes to be run over 1,000 metres. In fact, race 8 is the penultimate race on the programme. There are 9 races on the Turffontein card on Saturday. Here, number 4, Mount Pinatubo, is at 1.67 to 1. Number 6, Quantum Theory at 2.5 to 1. 4 to 1, number 1, William Robertson, and 10 to 1 bar those quoted. Some hard knockers that will be up against each other in this Pinnacle Stakes over 1,000 metres. And you know, Pinnacle Stakes, you normally look highest rated, best rated, but William Robertson hasn't really been living up to expectation of late. Been a bit disappointing in his last couple of runs, particularly at feature race levels. I'm looking elsewhere, and I'm going with number 6, Quantum Theory. This horse has reeled in 4 seconds on the trot, and I can safely say is overdue another win. Good to see that Muzi is back on board for Robbie Sage. He will certainly be doing his best work late in the end. He owes the boys, and I think will go one better. Number 6, Quantum Theory, to win race 8. Ahead of number 4, Mount Pinatubo. 1, William Robertson, and 2, Ziasha are the selections. Final event on the card, race 9, that jumps at 16:50. Classified Stakes, 10 runners to line up at the 11:60. In fact, we have a scratching in this race for Michael Faraday. Takes no part, so it's 9 of them that will contest race 9 on the card. Again, one of those wide-open affairs where a case can be made for more than 1 or 2 of them. I'm siding with number 3, Captain Efficient. This horse will be jumping from pole position, has got solid recent form, ran on well from off the pace last time out, and I do think it's the fitting of the extra headgear that may have done the trick. Now, from pole position, he'll have the run of the race, and I do think could be rewarded for consistency as Calvin Abib rides for Fabian Abib in the last. So, 3, Captain Efficient, to beat number 6, Golden Aspen. 2, Valiva, and 7, Mariachi Madness are the selections in the last race of the programme. And that takes care of our look at racing at Turffontein on Saturday afternoon. Trust you'll have an enjoyable and profitable afternoon's racing. Till next time from me, Rouvaun, you take care. Cheers for now.